This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. All right. So many people are saying that Drake withdrew from this botting case, but they didn't. They've actually added to it. And Spotify's been removing bots now as a result. There's a complaint that reveals there's a public, it's called NFR. I don't know if they're talking about the Twitter page NFR podcast, or should I say X? But they're saying that they have proof that a lot of these type of blogs and stuff have been paid to promote Not Like Us. But a lot of these things were paid to promote, like Drake songs too. I can understand that they're saying that pushing Not Like Us is trying to push this narrative that Drake is a PDF file, right? And that is damaging. And they do have a case there. Now, Kendrick's team could turn around and say, like, oh, well, you hurt my marriage by saying false this and that. But I would say the other one is more damaging. But, it's there are real rumors that UMG wants to settle this, just the mere fact that Drake can have discovery and he can really comb through communications of UMG, and they've been willing to pay upwards of $100 million. I don't believe 250, but I've upwards of $100 million. Do you really believe that they would pay $250 million? Or do you believe that they would just deal with Drake behind the scenes, give him what he wanted in the beginning, which was, I think, $600 million for another deal? And then maybe Drake would probably put some things in there where he could leave the deal if they didn't perform certain things for him, which is possible. I don't know. I've never seen anything with music execs go this far, to be honest with you, because usually it gets shut down early. We'll see. I mean, this is like... Oh, and listen to this. Just staying on this topic before we move to the next one. Look at all these articles coming out about Metro Boomin regretting his anti-Drake tweets on his new albums. Now, I did have my moment online, which I regret. Should have been stronger than that. That was out of character for me. But at a certain point, it was like, I don't rap, bro. So we're going to just, you're going to just, do this to me on all these songs. I'm not going to get in the booth, so I'm going to finna tweet at you, right? I'm pretty sure that's all. But then recently, Future was saying there was a beef. I didn't know there was a beef with Drake. I didn't know they had something going on. I never participate in rap battles, man. And then Serena Williams recently saying, I would never crip walk at Kendrick Lamar's halftime show at a dig towards Drake. I love how someone tried to argue in the comments with me. Do you think Serena Williams would lie? Yes. What do you mean? The best tennis player ever? Yes. Obviously, I can see how someone would think that, but absolutely not. I have never had a negative feeling towards him. Yes, you have. He's mentioned you in songs and everything. Yes, you have. I think you're on record saying something. I forget what it was. I think it was about... Was it about Common? It was about something. I can't remember what it was. Okay, so let's move on from this, because T-Pain... So T-Pain... I'm sorry. That's Vybz Kartel. T-Pain shut down Coachella. Huge. Go check his performance out. He did his thing at Coachella. He really, planned it out. And Coachella is like Woodstock It's big now. I mean, it's even. I didn't know. I think this is one of the biggest ones ever. How many people attended Coachella? 125,000 people each day. Jeez. How many people attended Woodstock? I'm talking about the second Woodstock, 1998. Oh, I'm sorry, nah. 300, that was, Woodstock 94 had 350,000 people. But then there was a Woodstock, Woodstock 99, 220,000 people. Yeah, that was the one where DMX was there. Still, anything close to 100,000 is crazy. Vybz Kartel, obviously we've reported this, but I'll report it again. You know, he had a great concert at Barclays. Arguably, he's not like a performing artist. We know that. Like, the songs don't sound the same on stage, but it's Vybz Kartel, man. You know, he's obviously among dancehall, he's the king. You know, he might not sell the most records, he might not have all the awards, but he's the king of dancehall. Okay, we all know that, like, Sean Paul and people like that sell the most records, have sold the most records in the past. I don't know if Beanie Man's ever sold as much as Sean Paul has, but Beanie Man was claiming he was the king. But the people decide the king, so the king of dancehall is Vybz Kartel, and he has some of the. I don't know. He's different. He's commercial, but underground commercial, if that makes any sense, you know, and he's always had that. And, you know, to come home from jail after 13 years and still command this kind of demand for people to see you, at least, that speaks volumes, you know, because usually your career is over after 3 to 5 years. It's never the same. 13 years, he still sold out Barclays, and I don't think he's ever had a concert that big ever. You know, I don't know if Freedom Street was that big, but everybody came out. You know, Spice, Shensi and him performed for the first time, despite there being rumors of them having a problem because she got some vocals from a producer, and that helped launch her career. TOK came out. A lot of people came out. Busta Rhymes, Dre gave him a chain. Spice, we already said Spice, but Popcan appeared on FaceTime because he can't. I don't think he has his visa yet. Did Buju come out on stage, or did you just attend? I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched clips of it because it's just, man. I watched Freedom Street beginning to end, but how many concerts are you gonna watch? You know, that's really something you got to be in attendance for. But I checked it out. I skimmed through it, and I was like, okay, a lot of energy. It was good. Not, you know what? Most artists aren't concert artists. There's just different things you can do in studio that you can't do on stage, and that goes for everybody. Almost, it's very rare I see an artist where it sounds exactly how it does, you know, in the studio. But amazing, and I'm happy for him. He sold it out twice. Now he's trying to live in Florida. He has his visa, but he's like, I ain't leaving. So we'll see how that works. He has the money for the right lawyer, so he could possibly make it work. He bought I don't know if he's renting a house in Florida or if he bought it. He claims he bought it, but I wouldn't buy a house if I didn't have a permanent residence. But, or you know, it's not like, it's hard to like stay somewhere. But maybe he has like a 5-year work visa. Maybe. And really, you could sell the house after 5 years. Lil Wayne says he has no desire to perform at the Super Bowl anymore. And when he saw Kendrick performing, he says, I didn't really watch it. Nothing was like, I got to go check that out. When he was watching it on the screen. Meg Thee Stallion wants, that's just Lil Wayne kind of hating on it, to be honest with you. Let's be real, you know. He thought he had it because Jay-Z did promise it to him at one point. He says, do this, and you could do it. But then Kendrick Lamar had a great year, and they were like, sorry, bro, we're going to give it to Kenny. And he's like, but you said, did I write it on paper, Wayne? No, it's just a typical industry bait and switch. Did I write it on paper, Wayne? I just told you that on the phone one time. That doesn't mean anything. But that's true. That's what happened. But you know what? I don't really, business is business. And Jay-Z's known for just doing business. That's what happened. Right? It doesn't matter. It's in the past. Meg Thee Stallion wants Tory Lanez held in contempt for the way he acted during a deposition. I mean, she is just bitter, man. And people will be like, well, he shot her foot. No, he didn't. Yeah, I'm sick of hearing that, too. I think Kelsey did, to be honest with you. Shot at the ground or something. So it was a struggle for that weapon. And all three of those are people are those. Everyone in that car played a role in that. I'll continue to say that. Oh, I didn't take a picture of it. Let's say blue space women. I'm gonna tell you something, man. The Blue Origin flight that went to space supposedly, fake. There was nothing real about this. So just the picture I'm going to show you, this is how they went to space, man. Supposedly. This is how they went to space. Supposedly because, I say that lightly because we know that's how they went to space because they had video cameras in there. They streamed the whole thing, right? Katy Perry's trying to promote her album or something. She threw something on the screen. They didn't wear no space protective gear, nothing. No helmet, and you're traveling 3 times the speed of sound. And then when the capsule re-enters and lands, right, they open the door. And then they wait, whoa, no, don't open the door. And then they go over and act like Jeff Bezos is going to open the door with some type of device, which they already opened it themselves. And then when they get out, they're like, I'm just a different person now. You went to space for 5 minutes. The whole flight lasted 30 minutes, I think. Right? They were in space. They didn't even enter orbit. They got close to the... I don't know what maybe the atmosphere, right? Where you can kind of see space and Earth. But there wasn't a scratch on that module, man. It just goes really high. Like have you ever seen those people that try to take balloons up to that height? It's kind of like that. It's like a little ride. Now, people think it's tax dollar money. I'm pretty sure Blue Origin is not funded. Blue Origin government funding? Let's see. Blue Origin received government funding, including $3.5 billion contract from NASA to develop lunar lander. They also received funding from U.S. Space Force. Oh, so they do get government funding. Yeah, F that, man. At least when Elon goes up there, he's launching a satellite and stuff, satellites and stuff like that. These people weren't doing anything. Are you kidding? We have money that goes towards this? And we're launching Katy Perry up there? For what? No, launch up real people that are actually going to do something. Contracts and launch services and research. What do they do? What do they do? Let me see. What's the purpose of this? Establishing a future where humans live and work in space? Why? Well, this was promo to get more money. That's all this was. This was just to give them some publicity. Launching Gayle King, Katy Perry, and some other people. Bro, the whole thing looked staged to me, to be honest with you. I don't think they went as high as it usually goes or something like that just for precautions. I'm sure it could go higher. But, like, I guess for, like, I don't know. Supposedly it cost $28 million for a ticket or something. But they didn't have to pay for it. I don't know, Jeff. This is just bored billionaire stuff. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.